Hey guys, Josh Stewart here working on a 2017 Ford Fiesta. We're going to remove and replace the brake master cylinder. And the reason why is this car has been kind of periodically spongy, where the brake pedal travels and then it firms up again. And the research I did online just basically says that's the clutch, not the clutch, the brake master cylinder, which is this thing right here. Brake master cylinder's here. It goes here to the reservoir tank, and so I'm going to show you how we're going to take this out and then put the new one in. And so the new one's going to go right down in the firewall right there. First I'm going to show you the tools that we're going to use. So right here we're going to use a 13 millimeter socket with a long extension. That's to get the unit off the firewall. We're going to use a 13 millimeter wrench, and I've got a longer one and a shorter one, and these are to get the brake lines off the master cylinder there. We're going to use a 10 millimeter wrench, and that is to what is the 10 millimeter for? Oh yeah, we're going to get these little guys off here, the mounting bolt, because we're going to take this whole thing off because I can't seem to figure out how to get this connector off. I don't want to break it, so we're just going to take the whole thing off. And then we also need an 8 millimeter to take this that little screw off of there to get this whole unit out. So once again, we've got a 13 millimeter, a 10 millimeter, an 8 millimeter, and then a 13 millimeter socket. And that's all the tools you need besides the part. I want to kind of show you what we're playing with here with regards to, okay, so right here you see those two lines need to come out, and that's what that 13 millimeter wrench is going to do. And they make wrenches specifically for these. I don't have that, but I've got just a regular box wrench. And then this one is the one I can't figure out how to get out. These purple clips, it's supposed to, I guess you just press them in and pull, but I don't want to break it, so I'm just going to take the whole thing out, even though that one's a little kind of hard to get to. Those are 10 millimeters. This is 8 millimeter, but we're going to take that off and then go from there. So I think that'll be easy to do. And then, you know, this is a 13 millimeter, and there's one more mounting bolt. You can't really see it. It's kind of down there, but we'll get to it as well. And then there's a little electrical connector. We'll take that off. And then back in here, I'm gonna kind of go ahead and get this now if I can. You'll see there is this other, see this hose right here? Has a little white connector. And I think you just clip that off. Let's see. And I think we can just pull it from there. So that's what I'm gonna do. So you see that little white connector there. I went ahead and clipped that off, and now I'm just going to pull that right off. So I'm going to put this back on the tripod so you guys can kind of watch the action as it happens. And the reason I'm making this is I couldn't find one that showed how to do it, and so I'm hoping this is useful for you guys. So we'll get kind of zoomed in there a little bit, and hopefully you can see what I'm doing, and I'll kind of narrate as I go. So back to that little white connector here, and just reaching in. Let's see if I can get this. Yep, it's just coming right off, so that's cool. And also I am going to take some rags and stuff them down in here, just to catch any fluid that escapes, which it does seem like it is. So got that one coming out. Yeah, so we've got a little fluid coming out of the reservoir there. And then I'm going to go ahead and take these mounting bolts off. So yeah, there's a decent amount of fluid coming out of there, so good thing I have those rags, and I'll just wipe everything up when I'm done too. This takes .4 brake fluid, so make sure you've got some of that on hand. And with these little things, you just got to be patient. One little turn at a time sometimes is all you can get. This one I could probably get with a socket, so I'll grab one of those, but this one here, back here in this little corner, is kind of hard to get to. Alright, got that off, so now I want to quickly get this 8mm off. And now the 13mm wrench for these brake lines. Nice thing is they're not super tight. I mean, they're snug, but they're not like having to put a bunch of force, which is nice. All right, got all the lines disconnected. So now we're going to use our 13mm socket on a long extension, and we're going to take off the mounting bolts, or nuts rather. One off. All right, got the other one off. And now I think we can just pull it out. So let's see. Yeah. I better get a little electrical connector out. Use a little screwdriver you can use for that. Let's see, what does that look like? Let's see if it's that way. Looks like there's a little clip on the back side. Yeah. Looks like there it is. Little O-rings coming off. Alright, bring it out this way. So there's the unit that we took out. Now we're gonna figure out how to get this connector off. Lordy, lordy. Let's see if it looks the same as what we took out. Yep, the little O-ring fell out in there, but other than that, if you guys can see that, everything looks the same. And I checked the part number, but you know, you just want to make sure when you take it out that it looks correct. And it seems to, so that's a good thing. All right, so now how do we get this thing off? Looks like it just pinches. It just pulls right off, so that might have been easier than I thought. All right, so I've got the new brake master cylinder here. Check to make sure it looks the same as the one I took out, which it does. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put it into position. Good thing I removed the battery because it's really hard. I don't know if I could have gotten it out without it. All right, sure. Get any dirt on it. Okay, that slid right in. Get our two 13mm nuts and start them there. Got them hand tight. Now I'm going to tighten them all the way. I think we will go ahead and put on these lines. And really super important on as you put the brake lines in and you thread these 13mm nuts, that you do not cross thread it, because that I've done that before with I think power steering, and yeah, it's not a good idea. Obviously you want to do it on purpose, but don't do it accidentally either. And you can kind of tell when it's going in correctly because you can hand tighten it a decent amount. And also with a brake master cylinder, you need to bleed it so that it doesn't get air into the system. And so I actually saw a method of bleeding it after you install it, and so I'm going to do that. I'll either show you that here in a minute or I'll link the video. All right, so I've got the new brake master cylinder in place. I'm just going to tighten these just enough so they don't leak, because using the bleeding method that I'll either show you or put a link in the video, you bleed them right here at these lines instead of doing the bench bleed method, which I'm not even sure what that is. But anyway, so we're going to reconnect this hose with the white clip, push it on there snug, push in the clip, and it's good to go. And then we're going to put the reservoir tank back on, and it just, wow, this clips right on. All right, so that's back on there. And it is tight even though there's wiggle in it. It's just because of the plastic. All right, so we got that hose connected there. I'll wipe down our lines. Got everything here connected, and it looks good. Let's see. So I think now all we need to do is bleed the system. and put the battery back in afterwards. But it's easier to get to those lines of the battery out. So we're gonna open this guy up, put in some .4 brake fluid, and this is new. I was just using it the other day to top it off. So all right, so we are just about done. Got the new brake master cylinder there. Everything's connected. Just filled up our reservoir with brake fluid. And so you have to make sure this thing's bled. So either you follow the instructions or watch a video and bench bleed it, or as I'm gonna do here and show you, and I saw another video how to do this, you can bleed it right where it is. So these are loose to start with, these connectors from the brake lines to the master cylinder. You make sure they're just loose so that liquid can leak out. And you come over here and you either have somebody hold the brake pedal down, or you get a rod like I have here and hold the brake pedal down so that fluid has leaked out. And then you push the seat forward so that everything is nice and tight. And then once that's held, you come back over here and you tighten these, which I have done. Tighten those, and then we're gonna, once they're tight, we come back over here and we take the brake, release the brake, or have your partner release the brake, and then you repeat that 4 or 5 times. So we're gonna come over here, we're going to loosen these, we're going to come back, we're going to press the brake down and hold it while we go and retighten them again. And we're gonna do that 4 or 5 times to make sure all the air is out of the system. Then we're gonna put the battery back and start it up, make sure it works, and we should be good to go. So anyway, I hope this video has been helpful for you. If it has, please subscribe. And the only way my videos ever go up is if the repair that I did actually works. And so if you're watching this video, it means that the repair worked. Thanks so much.